What's up, and welcome back to Cover 2 with
BeeWoo.
Earl knows it all, and man, I guess BeeWoo, first and foremost, how are you doing, man?
Hey man, we doing lovely, lovely. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is,
in spite of
it
beautiful
is,
day.
Man. Football,
football here.
Hey,
it's just like, hey, we gonna come in with the same energy. Football here.
There you go.
You know, it's fall time.
Yes,
It's
sir.
crisp in the air.
Okay.
You know, the birds chirping.
Sounds.
Wind,
I know you don't got no rise up on today. You just got
Black
Falcon.
No,
well, I'm saying, you had rise up on that the last couple weeks.
We still Falcons.
Okay.
We still Falcons.
Cool.
You know, we still with them now. We loyal. You know, we try to be anyway.
Take y'all behind the scenes. We got a new cameraman. He tried to text my phone and ask me, was I jumping back on board when the Falcons was losing? But
hey,
that was a joke, buddy.
Hey man, you know, haters gonna hate, man. Even the cameraman
coming out the woodwork, man. Sometimes it be your own people.
Hey,
Speaking of haters, man, there's no way you can hate on these Dolphins, B.
Man, you cannot do that, man. What in the world? 70 points?
Man, I ain't played Madden in a long time, but it's like a Madden. Like, you got to have the game on, like, what was it, Easy or Pro?
Yeah. 70 points?
70 to 20, man.
70 points, man. I thought I was looking at a basketball score. I thought it was March Madness. I thought it was in March Madness or something, man. I seen it. 70 points, man. I don't think I ever seen a 70-point game. Maybe Houston Oilers, the playoff.
Well, they say 1966 was the last time it happened.
1966.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, before both our time, way before both our time.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen high-scoring football games, but that, man, 70. Miami Dolphins, man, they got something else to do other than go to South Beach down there in Miami, man.
They do. Now, when we left, last week before the game, we said, man, there ain't really no teams that's standing out. And then, lo and behold, Miami, they went into New England. They handled their business. Mm-hmm. And today, they look like they had a team that
they look like they had a team to beat Mostert, Tyreek, Tavalua, man.
Waddle. Weapons galore. Arcane. I ain't even never heard of it before. He had 200 yards rushing, man.
Yeah,
crazy,
man.
Crazy.
Miami, they're down there having fun in the sun.
Yeah, they are, man. So they were the first team to score 70 since 1966 and NFL record 726 yards, man.
Wow.
Total offense.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is
yeah, man.
Like, man, and this team is exciting.
They are. That's what I was texting with our homeboy Ernie, man. I said, man, because he's a Tua hater, but at some point you kind of got to come on in. Because I said, man, the Dolphins is fun, man.
Yeah.
He made mention of he said the Falcons from 2016. That's the Super Bowl year, but also like the greatest show on turf with the kind of weapons they got and how they can just throw the ball down the field.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen a lot of high-scoring power offenses in the NFL. You know, greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
You know, you got
and Vikings with Cunningham,
and those guys. You know,
yeah.
So, but man, this is something special right here, and this is a young squad, and they doing their thing, man. Big ups to the Dolphins, man.
Hopefully, Tua can stay healthy because we both talked about that during our predictions. If Tua stays healthy, they can be a problem, man. It's wide open in the AFC, and they may be the team to beat, man.
Yeah.
Now, on the other end of that, the Denver Broncos, man. What in the world is going on in Denver, man?
Man, I don't know. We supposed to be going in with fire everybody, but as I'm looking at, man, I gotta what you like to say, shoot Russell some bells.
Shoot some bells, man. Go ahead.
Hey, man, I from what I seen, man, Russell was doing his thing today, and I don't know, what happened. But, man, that does not look good for Sean Payton and his staff that he's assembled there in Denver, man.
Well, you always start inwardly and look at, all right, where can I be better? And then you start with the staff, and then we go through the tape, and then you get on to the meetings with the players. So,
already
0-3 in Denver.
Points in one game.
Yeah, man.
And we talked about, I think we put out a video, we asked if Sean Payton was one of the elite coaches, man.
Those next 2 days, we'll have a lot to look at and discuss. Again, it's disappointing. I mean, I'm at a loss for words because I've never been I've been on the other side of some games like that, and then every once in a while in this league, you get your butt whipped, but this was more than that.
Yeah,
Ooh,
well,
yeah.
so much for that. So much for that, Sean.
Man, it's looking real bad for him, man.
So much for that, and I'm glad to say that, man. Hey, you don't look real elite right now, man.
No.
You know, so I don't know. We
he was
get those
about them
get it
threes and all that.
right.
70
And so
to 20 gonna live on for a long
70
time.
to 20 is gonna live a long time, man. You're like,
Yeah, it
be
is.
careful what you say, man. You know.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Drew Brees because he might have was doing his thing for you, man. But I don't know, man. I do not know. Russell, like I said, Russell did not look bad from what was going on, and he was kind of throwing his QB on the book.
It was a defensive issue.
It was definitely a defensive issue.
Well, look, it'd be one thing to say, hey, we're going to get on to the next game, but we have to watch that tape, and so tomorrow will be tough for a lot of players, tough for us too as coaches.
It is definitely that.
They scored 14 in the first, 21 in the second, 14 in the third, 21 in the. They put the bench folks in, and they was still getting points, man, throwing the ball all around.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. That was crazy.
They better get it figured out quick because they 0-3 now. Yeah, man.
I mean, at some point, we ain't made it to the quarter mark of the season yet, but 0-3, you pretty much don't have nothing going on. It's time to start seeing where you gonna draft it, man.
Yeah, 0-3, it doesn't look good for you.
It's gonna take a miracle. Now, Russ is he loves God, so maybe he can throw some prayers up there or something, man.
Hey, man.
I got the prayer line T-shirt on for you, Russ.
Hey.
We praying for you because y'all gonna need a miracle to make it to the playoffs this year.
Yes, indeed, man. The AFC is no joke, and yeah, man, they don't look good for Sean Payton.
It does not at all, man.
Shout out to the Saints.
Couldn't happen to a better person.
Yeah, it couldn't happen to a better person.
Speaking of the Saints, man, we're going to hold off on our boys for right now. The Saints, they also had a pretty rough day today. So
make it look like man and then just fall back in his zone and pass off some of those routes. Love on third down to the end zone. What a catch! Touchdown! Love to Dobbs.
All is well in this household.
Hey, man, when the Saints lose, man, everything is everything. When the Saints lose, hey, man, I don't care what happened the rest of the day, man.
From 46 yards out, Groupie's kick is no good. Wide to the right. Green Bay wins their 11th consecutive home opener in come-from-behind fashion, down 17 in the fourth quarter.
Like, the Saints lost, and that just put a smile on my face, man.
And they lost. They was up 17 to nothing, man. It looked like they had the game won.
Nice job, Packers defense. So here's Blake Groupie, 25-yard attempt. The rookie.
Derek Carr got hurt. We got to see Jameis Winston. I guess he thought he was going to eat some W's or something. No. They wound up losing that game 18-17.
And I think Green Bay's spotted them 17 points.
17 in that.
Green Bay spotted y'all 17 points, man. Yeah. So,
looked like
man.
they was on the way to 3-0 and no.
Yeah. Nope. So have a seat and, come on back down here. I know y'all thought y'all was finna be bragging and saying y'all got the division. No.
Not quite.
Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. And Green Bay beat y'all by 1 point, and, we beat them. So, but, man, I think, when you look at the Saints and what's going on down there, I think they got a lot more issues than we realize.
They do.
Than what we realize, man.
And it's kind of, you look at the schedule, like they played Tennessee. Tennessee got blowed out today. Mm-hmm. They played Carolina. We already know what Carolina is. So,
right.
And Green Bay I don't know if Green Bay is really a tough team like that. Like I said, the Falcons beat them. So,
right.
Yeah, man. I think this division, it is wide open, man.
It is wide open. It's wide open.
And with Tampa Bay, they got Philly tomorrow.
They got Philly tomorrow.
Hopefully, if I'm thinking what Philly's supposed to do, they should really handle Tampa Bay, man.
Hey, man. This is NFL, and it's any given Sunday.
That's good.
And
that's true.
Tomorrow's case is
Any
Monday.
right? But the Eagles handle y'all business, man. It's time for y'all. I jumped on the bandwagon. I'm not jumping off quite yet, but because we 2-0, we still doing our thing. But they've not looked like I thought they was gonna look so far. So maybe tomorrow night is the night they can kind of get rolling and help the Falcons out at the same time. By the way,
Right now, before we get into Seattle and Carolina's playing, and I think Carolina is losing.
Yep.
Carolina's currently losing
29-20 right now.
29-20 right now.
Got
and
5 minutes left in the game.
5 minutes left in the game, so they're looking like they may potentially fall victim to the 0-3 egg.
Yep. Well, we already know it's Carolina's. They
Yeah.
didn't play Bryce Young today, so
Right.
I guess he's supposed to be hurt. I guess ankle injury or something
Well,
maybe. So they not gonna be in it, man. It's a 3-horse race in
Right.
NFC South. So
Yeah.
I think we may probably see it play out like that, and I guess we can kind of transition into this. Why is a 3-race horse, even though it probably shouldn't be? Desmond Ridder, would you please report to the front office? Desmond Ridder, please bring your bags, your playbook. We done let you live the first 2 weeks.
Matter of fact, can I get a Heineke? Can I get a Heineke? Yeah, bartender, can I get a Heineke for this segment?
2 Heinekes, please.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I told y'all last week we was gonna let Riddles.
Oh,
Gonna let Riddles live,
back, folks.
We was gonna let Riddles live, but we got to give it to him this week, man. Bruh, you stunk it up, and you stunk it up bad. And I know people want to say, "Oh well, the offensive line, man, get out of here with that." Dude, you had times in this game. Shout out to the defense, though, man. Y'all did y'all thing.
Jesse Bates,
Yep,
special
yep.
shout out.
Y'all did y'all thing.
Yep.
But Riddles, you had time, and sometimes you didn't. But for the majority, I'm going to say you had time because I've been waiting to let you have it, buddy. For these last 2-3 games, I've been holding off on you. Man, get out of the NFL, dude.
Oh,
you
man,
is not
you
an
about the league
NFL.
already?
You is not an NFL caliber quarterback. You got the team playing. Man, I thought I was watching. What they call it? Dodgeball. A combination of dodgeball and keep away. Because man, that's what you was doing.
Keep away with the ball.
He's playing keep away with the ball and dodgeball. Because I mean, if he wasn't overthrowing, he was throwing to your feet. So man, it's like it was ugly out there, man. You look really bad.
Yeah.
And I said this, man. If we ever get down in a game where these guys,
It's a wrap,
opponents come in and stack this box, and we get down, and from the get go, people want to get on Arthur Smith and say, he called a bad game.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody knows this is what your team do. You
We
run.
know it. They know it. The fans know it.
So eventually,
Can't do nothing
you
wrong.
were going to have to throw the ball, man. I don't care how many good running backs. Eventually, you was going to have to throw the ball sometime. And you can't keep sugarcoating it, hiding it. Man, get me a Heineke, man.
Oh, man. You think Heineke's going to do? I mean, I guess he can't do worse.
He cannot do worse. Riddle's supposed to be able to move.
I think he can move, though. He was moving against Green Bay. That's how they came back.
Yeah.
But he don't. I mean, he seemed like he be kind of like processing stuff or something. I don't know, and it take him
Man,
too long. I don't know.
all I see is guys doing this, doing that, and I'm like, man, what in the world? Like, you gonna get somebody hurt out there, man.
Yeah, he
You
got.
gonna
I think was it London or Matt Collins or somebody?
Yeah.
He got them cracked open one
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
man.
every week. You see,
Is
like
it? Yeah.
either them dude. I know last week. I think Pitts just let one go because he was like, man, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna get killed, man. Like,
Yeah, man. it is bad. It is bad. It is bad. And hopefully, next week in London, we have Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville,
They stunk it up too.
yeah, they didn't look too good. So
I think Jacksonville. We want to transition in that. I think Jacksonville might be frauds, man.
yeah.
I mean,
It's looking like it.
they
Jackson-
the Houston Texans 37-17 today.
Yeah, man. It
C.J.
is.
Stroud. Shout out to C.J. Stroud. He had a good game.
Yeah, it's looking like Jacksonville could be
Yeah, Trevor
Frost,
Lawrence.
man.
I saw a little. He was 27 for 40, 279 yards, 1 TD, 1 pick. I seen him overthrowing your boy Ridley on a couple plays. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They made C.J. Stroud look like a 10-year veteran. He was
Right.
20 for 30,
Right.
280 yards, 2 TDs.
Right.
I mean, they didn't really have a running game, but they threw the ball all over the field, man.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that. This is like one of them
Yeah,
games.
I
picked
seen
the new for sure.
Yeah,
Jacksonville
I
was
knew
winning
that too. I seen the score and I said, it was 30-17 was
37-17. At
37.
one point, they was down 17 to nothing.
Wow.
Jacksonville was.
Yeah, man. I knew
They tried to start fighting back.
Yeah.
At halftime, they were down 17.
I don't know what's going on with Trevor Lawrence, but he's not looking good. And Jacksonville's not looking good either. Not losing to Houston, man. Like, if there was a money game that I would say put your money on, that would be the game of the week right there. That you was gonna score big on.
I would have thought so too, man. Now they fall to 1-2. Houston is 1-2. The surprise team in that division are the Colts.
Yeah,
Colts 2-1.
Really, they are.
Yeah.
Really, they are.
I think the Colts
Shout out
to
to Matt Ryan after they got rid of his.
Oh man, here we go. We did not say that. You bring that up, sir. Yeah, the Colts beat my Super Bowl pick in the AFC this year. They beat them in overtime, 22-19. So Colts are 2-1. They did this without Anthony Richardson too.
Right.
Gardner
Minshew
came in, and Gardner Minshew is a pretty good backup, man. He can come in and do some stuff.
Yeah.
Been around the league for a while, so man. That division, I thought for sure Jacksonville should have that division kind of gift wrap, but and if anybody challenged them, maybe Tennessee with Tannehill, but and Henry and Vrabel and all them, but it's looking like the Colts might be the team that can make a little bit of noise.
Well,
now, of course, it's still early, but
it's still early, and the Colts you're supposedly been one quarterback away.
For the past 4 or 5
years,
they brought in Phillip Rivers and then Carson Wentz and then Matt Ryan. Maybe it's Gardner Minshew and Anthony Richardson that was the quarterback they needed.
Maybe so.
Maybe there was 2 quarterbacks. There you go.
Right.
Now another team that was a team that I picked foolishly to win the division. The Minnesota Vikings fell to 0-3.
That is
Cousins,
surprising.
man. Mr. Cousins threw an interception in the end zone at the end of the game to end it. That game was back and forth. One thing about the Chargers, I want to call them San Diego, the Los Angeles Chargers, they always play a tight game, and you never know who's gonna win.
No.
So
and that's how I feel about the Vikings too, man. They scrappy team. They gonna
they always in it, but
tough physical team. They always in it.
They'll find a way to win or lose.
They'll find a way to win it or lose it too, man.
Yeah, both of them teams, man. That's what I was joking, like I said, with our homeboy Ernie. I told him, man, Staley probably gonna get fired because it looked like the Vikings was coming back, but it was like, oh, they just lost to the Chargers of the NFC. That's all. So he saved the Chargers. They faced the mirror image of each other, man.
Right.
And it's a shame because they got Justin Jefferson, they got the Addison kid, the rookie that's good. So they got weapons over there.
They got weapons over there, and like they are a tough, physical football team.
Yeah.
And sometimes they might just turn an egg on you.
They wet the bed.
Yeah, they wet the bed, lay an egg, whatever you terminology you want to use. They might do that, man.
They definitely would.
But they will play. They play hard. But sometimes they come up on the wrong side of the column.
Yeah, they do, man. They do more often than not. Seems like recently.
Right.
Now, looking at some of these other games, we can just kind of run through them unless you got something you want to give.
No.
Analysis of the Browns, like we said, beat the Titans 27-3.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson looks like he stepped up, I guess, in that game. It was a blowout Sunday, man. The Bills blew out the Commanders. Now we talked about the Commanders being the worst 2-0 team. They look like it today, 37-3.
And Josh Allen seems like he got back on track today.
2 weeks
and
in a row,
Buffalo, we was kind of giving it to him. And, I think
they lost to the Jets that first game.
Yeah. So
I picked Buffalo to win the division. So I don't know if they are going to win it with the way Miami playing, but
Yeah.
They should look like they are back on track to be a playoff team. Diggs had a good game. Our guy James Cook, Georgia guy, and Dalvin Cook's little brother, he rushed for 98 yards too. So they look like they kind of tried to run the ball a little bit more to maybe stop throwing it so much with Josh Allen so he don't turn the ball over.
Right.
So, but that was a game, like I said, they should have won, obviously. Another game that we had this week was we said the Patriots beat the Jets. Zach Wilson. They still holding on to Zach Wilson.
Still holding on to Zach Wilson.
Now, I don't know what else they're going to do. I mean, what else should they do?
I mean, at this point, you really got to ride it out, man.
Yeah.
I think you really got to ride it out. But Zach, they almost had a chance to win the game on a Hail Mary.
Yeah, that was just crazy.
So, I mean, at this point, man, with Zach Wilson, he was your number one draft pick a few years ago. And, I don't think do you go look for another quarterback? I mean, you had such a promising season, but are you looking for Zach Wilson to? Was he supposed to been after Brett Favre? I mean, not Brett Favre, but Aaron Rodgers. Was he supposed to been at the predecessor?
That's what they were talking like. They want to let him sit down, kind of learn Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So if you're doing that and you get rid of him, then you kind of,
I mean, we kind of talked about this briefly last week. I don't know that they was going to be good with Aaron Rodgers, so it's
I don't either.
Who's out there that you going to go get? You got Matt Ryan, like I said, Tom Brady.
He's not an answer.
Cam Newton.
He's not an answer.
Say RG3. Like,
definitely
none of these folks will help you win.
So I guess you would go and put him on the job training.
Yeah,
and
that's what they're
doing. He's been in the league now for a few years now, so you just got to go with it, man.
You do,
and you just got to go with it, and hopefully, I think they were saying Aaron Rodgers is going to be back in the office, and hopefully he's going to be on the sideline, kind of coaching and helping him out, helping him see things that he possibly sees that Wilson doesn't see.
Yeah,
and you just got to go with it like that, man. I mean, it was Jets had high hopes for the future. For this season.
Said, man, they the Jets. Do we even care about the Jets?
We don't. We didn't. I didn't even know y'all exist, man.
There you go. Man. So just go back to being the Jets ago. Like y'all was, man.
Yeah.
It's
man.
all good.
Yeah. It really
Some other games that went final now. We're gonna talk about this guy. So I say that one. The Cowboys now. We said we weren't gonna talk about them, but we said the Cowboys will be the Cowboys. Now I jumped out on the ledge on my own and said, Cowboys the best team in the NFL.
Are they no longer undefeated?
They are no longer undefeated.
Oh man!
They lost to the Arizona Cardinals, 28-16.
Oh man!
Well. Now, was I really saying the Cowboys is the best team, or was I just setting y'all Cowboy fans up?
Hey man,
who knows?
We said it last week. We said the Cowboys gonna Cowboy, and man, it looked like they did it.
They will.
Arizona Cardinals was not one of the teams that
supposedly the worst team in the league.
Supposedly been the worst team in the league, and the Cowboys did what the Cowboys do.
You think it was do we give them a pass because they lost Trayvon Diggs? And maybe that was a big, loss to them.
Man, I don't, with that defense that I seen, man, it shouldn't have mattered.
No, they should have been able to steal.
It shouldn't have mattered who they
still got Stephon Gilmore. You still got Michael Parsons.
And that Michael Parsons is a beast, man. So unless you telling me you lost Parsons or something, then man, these Cowboys doing what they do, man. Just give them time.
They will come back.
Just give them time. They're going to do what they do.
They did it a little earlier than I thought they would. I thought they was going to beat the Cardinals, but nope.
Man, they did. Yeah. And in Cowboy fashion, they lose to the Arizona Cardinals. After so much promise.
Look at that.
Like that's what Cowboys do. So much promise, and then, hey man, this
is true.
Yeah,
this
y'all back to the Cowboys. Y'all back to the Cowgirls.
What Dennis Green said? They are.
They are. We thought they were.
Another game that it's not final yet, but it might as well be. We just said we gave y'all the update on this score. It's 29-20. It's 37-20 now. That escalated quickly, as they say. Seahawks up 37-20. And this last guy, we want to talk about this guy. He had a rough week, man. Justin Fields. They lose to the Chiefs 41-10. It was 41-0 at one point.
Wow.
So
Wow, man.
Yeah, man.
So, man, I touched on this last week and kind of talked about Fields, and then he shot himself in the foot this week. And I said, last week.
I said, or did he?
Or did he?
I keeping it real. I told him, hey, man,
yeah,
better go clean that up.
Right. So, I don't know, man. Like I said, something is going on, and it is out now because he let it out.
Yeah.
I said this last week. Something is going on in the front office, in the back office, on the side office. Like, something going on in the Bear Cub, man. And it is came out and it showed today as they got beat down.
Yeah.
Bad.
This is a bad time to roll into Kansas City.
Yeah,
especially
man.
Especially with Kansas City not looking good.
Not looking good. And
yeah.
So, Fields, man, I'm with you still, but I think, man, you may have shot yourself in the foot. I don't know if you were set up.
It's not looking good, man.
It's not looking good.
He was 11 for 22 for 99 yards.
Man.
1 TD, 1 pick, and then he led the team in rushing too with 47 yards.
And he's kind of said in the hot mic, I want to do what I'm good at doing.
I think he should. Sometimes you got to call an audible on the play, man, and say,
"Yeah,
I'm gonna tuck this thing and get somewhere with it." Because if you ain't got no weapons, man, or even if you don't got the offense down all the way, man, like.
So you think he don't have the offense?
I mean, I'm not saying that he don't. I think maybe he's thinking too much because he's holding the ball. Or they telling him, maybe somebody's telling him you got to stay in the pocket and try to.
I think, man, Justin Fields is very skilled.
Yeah.
I mean, he set rushing records last year, and he was Mike Vicky's with the run, and I think he has a good arm.
Yeah.
I just don't think he have weapons, and when you don't have weapons, and you second guessing, and you being told, hey, I don't care what you want to do, you stay in his pocket. If you want to live and keep living out in the NFL, you stay in his pocket. You stay, and then that's where it comes in. And he says, "Hey, man, I really just want to do what I know I can do," and they not letting the young man go. Let him go and be great,
man.
Let him go and be great.
Man. It's tough and it's crazy because Chicago, like they got Justin Fields. If you look on the other side of the field, they drafted a quarterback. They had the number 1 pick when Patrick Mahomes was in the draft, and they took Mitchell Trubisky. So it's definitely an organizational thing. Obviously, like
something.
Just think about if Pat Mahomes would went to Chicago, like would we be saying?
Well, we be saying that about Pat Mahomes now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like as great as he is, like your situation definitely.
Man, I just had a dumb flashback. A guy, man, told me Riddles is gonna be the next Pat Mahomes. Like, man, I don't know. Like some folks just like
were you getting punked or something?
Some folks just like you're right. Well, like I don't see where you even can make that comparison. But yeah, man.
He said Patrick, not Pat Sajak.
Not
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, man. I mean, man. Yeah, that just came back in my brain because I was like, man, that was some dumb.
Yeah,
that hurt, crazy, man. But yeah, man, I don't know.
The situation, we just said it to say, like your situation can determine, like Patrick Mahomes could have got drafted by them folks. Who's to say?
Yeah,
Patrick Trubisky wasn't a decent quarterback, or who's to say Justin Fields ain't got what it takes? He just ran through offensive coordinators, ran through head coaches. Like you said, no weapons. I guess they got him DJ Moore and Chase Claypool got traded over there, but neither one of them have really done anything. So. And
DJ Moore and Claypool supposed to be pretty decent.
That's what they say. That's supposed to be the weapons they got them. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it's him play calling, coaching with it, or maybe it's just Soldier Field altogether.
There you go, man. The ghost of Soldier Field.
I don't know, man.
Somebody stole. Speaking of which, somebody stole. $100,000 worth of.
It's bad in Chicago, man. It is
field, man. Like, what they gonna do with this football? Like, they got a. It wasn't. Have you seen BS High?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, wasn't the coach from BSI, was it, man? He trying to get. I know they don't got no equipment, man. That's crazy. Yeah,
man. I'm like
$100,000 worth of equipment, man.
Like it's bad up.
First and foremost, how can you break into a stadium?
How can you break into the stadium,
I would
man?
imagine it's a lot of security. I would think it would
always walking around. You would think.
That's crazy, man.
Man, it's got to be bad. It's really bad in Chirac, man. Or Chirac. It's really bad up there, man.
That's tough, man.
It's really bad up there.
They
chilling from the football team. They don't care, man. Anybody can get it.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild, man.
Anybody, even our own football team, can get it. Like, man, you don't mess with your. Like that's a common ground where no matter what your differences is,
right? Yeah.
No matter what your differences is, you all cheer for the same team at the end of the day. That's what brings your city together. That's what brings but man, wow, it's pretty bad up there.
When I heard that, I said, man, I hear that right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's pretty bad up there, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we got some other news and I guess entertainment news, but it ties into football, man. The great Usher Raymond, 8-time Grammy Award winner, has been announced as the Super Bowl halftime performer.
Watch this.
Right.
It's only right, man.
That's what's up.
It's
man.
only right, yeah.
That's big, man, for Usher. Big for A-Town.
Of course.
You know,
the Super Bowl's in Vegas. He's in Vegas doing his residency. So
right.
Usher having he has had a heck of a career already, but
yeah, and I think we were saying, off the record, man, Usher probably should have been.
Yeah, I can think.
He probably should have been on stage or a guest with somebody, like
by himself. He got enough hits.
He got enough hits. This man, an 8-time Grammy. Like, stop playing with him,
man. Yeah, man. And he's been in the game long enough. Like, you got to think.
He put a lot of
Maroon 5 headline. We saw Bruno Mars early on.
Right.
He had 1 or 2 albums. And I love Bruno Mars. Maroon 5 cool.
Right.
Justin Timberlake is the baked chicken version of Usher. I mean, all these folks have gotten the opportunity, but I guess. Maybe they said Jay-Z and him had a phone call or something, I guess.
Maybe so, man. Jay did his thing, man. Yeah. And he's been doing his thing.
Yeah.
With,
we had Snoop and them in L.A. last year.
Yeah.
Who was
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Snoop. Then was, I think, the year before.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, putting a great body work together with these halftime shows, man. And I think it's something that everybody can appreciate.
Yeah.
Like I said, Usher is an 8-time Grammy Award winner. Man, this man,
if it's anything
his
like
catalog speaks for itself, man.
His show in Vegas is it's amazing. Yeah. So if he's gonna give us some of that flavor, people are gonna be thoroughly entertained, man.
Yeah, I know the ladies will. Fellas, cuff your women at halftime.
Oh man, you think we're gonna see Keke Palmer out there, man? That's your girl, Keke Palmer, man. We gonna see Keke out there.
Yeah, Keke, I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Keke make an appearance, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, congratulations to Usher, man. Like I said, an 8-time Grammy Award winner, 8-time legend, man. Atlanta runs everything, man. I should have had Atlanta runs everything shirt.
Yeah.
So all y'all Falcon haters, even though I ain't with them no more, I'm still with them for real. I just play the background a little bit now, but another Atlanta legend doing
Get your feelings invested in
them.
Yeah,
man, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, BeeWoo, man, we got a couple more games left on the Sunday slate. We got the Steelers taking on the Raiders, of course, and 2 Monday night games again. I think I read something where the strike was kind of the reason why.
Man, that is good. So. That is good for keep on
fans.
Keep on striking. Then if that's why we getting these 2 Monday night games, keep on striking.
Yep. So I think we got 8 or 9 more weeks for that to happen.
Yeah.
Like that. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a great night of football tonight, and then of course on Monday night as well, man. So
right.
You guys make sure you tune in, and as always, make sure you commenting, liking, and subscribing as well to Cover 2 with BeeWoo. You got anything else to say to him, BeeWoo?
Hey, man, like we say all the time, tell a friend, tell a hater.
Yes, sir.
Hit the like button, keep subscribing. I know a lot of y'all are asking about, hey, man, I want to be here. I want to do this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, we working on things. we always thinking about y'all. We thank y'all for the support. You know, hey, if you if you asking me questions about, hey, y'all still doing the podcast, you doing this, then you probably ain't liking and subscribing.
Cut on your notifications.
Cut your notifications
It'll pop
on.
right up on your phone.
We here every Monday morning with your coffee, and you know, you ride in to work, you're reading your newspaper, you're shaving, whatever you're doing on Monday morning, we here. So hey, you shouldn't be asking me if we still doing the podcast. We thank y'all for the ones who's tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Who even, I can tell you tuning in, because some of the stuff I say, you come right to me, start talking about it, and I'll be like, hey, man.
I'm glad I'll be in the cut.
Say,
That's funny.
I'll be on the run, but I appreciate y'all, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Like you said, keep liking, subscribing, cut your notifications on. That way you ain't got to bother BeeWoo, man. You can just, it'll pop right up on your phone.
It'll pop right up on your phone, man.
Until next time, man, y'all make sure y'all continue to watch. We thank y'all. Y'all have a great Monday morning. Happy football. See you later.